Oh wait, did you go live? Oh, there we
Yeah.
go.
Going on.
Oh, hey, what's up?
What up? I didn't see
thank,
you then.
thank you. Wow, it's great to be back, everybody. How's everybody doing out there this evening? I know why you're happy. You guys are excited about talking about music and live music. Well, semi-live music, mini virtualistic performances. We want to
Yeah.
get your takes on everything that's been happening this year when it comes to music and a few other things, right? We're going to be doing a little talking about our series that we've been running every Friday, sort of changed from a mini virtual concerts to Nosotros in the park, right? We're just kind of messing around, but we're doing these episodes of performances featuring individual members of the group and sort of giving them like a chance to bring some new songs that we haven't ever worked on, and then some stuff that we've done in the past that sort of is circled around this particular player or musician. And that's been a lot of fun. We've been getting a lot of really cool airtime with that, and got back to playing a little bit out in the park, and luckily some numbers are going down around here, and felt like we could get together in these situations, and it's been really nice, and I've definitely feeding the soul. How are you guys feeling with that?
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I mean, the idea behind it was a lot for us to keep playing. Because I mean we're so used to playing every weekend, right? A couple times a weekend, three
Yeah,
times,
also.
um, and that of course stopped a year ago. And so I think the idea was just to be able to try to maintain some kind of schedule still, before we can get together, play, keep our chops up, learn some new music, um, and just do something that's kind of easy to put together. It's all, if you've seen it, it's all very kind of low production. We set up 3 cameras. There's one microphone that's recording all of us, and we don't rehearse. We just kind of get together in the park and hope everybody's practiced their part enough to pull off the songs in a decent way. And usually, what we run it through maybe 1 or 2 times, and then
Yeah.
sometimes not. I think I think like at Brissi, on yours, we just kind of boom, just hit it right.
Right, we did. I think we did. There's some of them, where we're familiar enough playing them that we can get through them one shot or so. But some of them might need a couple. But I do like that challenge of only running it a few times and then just going with it. You're kind of capturing a magical moment there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or something.
Yeah.
Some kind of moment. It was cold, right? Like let's not front and say it wasn't. It was pretty kind of cold on some of these days to do this. I mean, we're in this time where we get this weird weather around here. It's beautiful. It's beautiful all the time, but it gets a little cold and windy. We've had to deal with those kinds of issues that I don't think we thought about, right? We just kind of were like, ah. And then once we started to see what that was, it did sort of postpone one a little bit, but we made it up on the next day of our schedule, so it didn't mess up the series, which is cool.
yeah,
So yeah, but I thought it's been great. Dennis has been doing the mixing for those. It's basically a Shure microphone, right? That you stick on an iPhone, and you might grab a few other mixes if you need to from some of the GoPros that we use, right? That's kind of what you're doing.
yeah, yeah. It's very basic. The last one on Shane's, that Shure mic, there was a glitch that actually didn't really record anything
It it
except for
Oh
the
failed.
wow.
yeah. So I had to go through each of the cameras and pull some audio from each of them to try to make a mix, of some kind. But
Oh
for the most,
wow.
I mean, for the most
Sounds
part,
cool.
that doesn't happen, and we just use that one microphone to record the band. We're all running through powered battery amplifiers and
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, very basic stuff, but it's definitely been nice to have something to work on, something to work towards, and have content to put out there. So hopefully when we do get to be able to play on a live stage in front of a live audience, we'll have some new material to play.
Yeah.
No,
or
totally.
we'll be using all our battery powered
Amps.
amplification everywhere, portable power. Yeah,
Right.
that's been really cool though. I think we kind of got hip to that right when we did that gig at one of the galleries up here, right? Was it maybe even last year? And it poured on us, and we had to move PA and everything, and all of a sudden, power went down or something. And then we had a battery powered amp for some reason with this one of these ones, and we ran that gig for a few outside, right? And
Right.
the potential was like, well, shoot, man, let's do that. Let's maybe on some stuff, maybe just make it happen like that, and this has kind of made that happen. Like,
Yeah,
Nice.
no, I think this is kind of all right because the city of
oh, fun.
Albuquerque sent out a survey that we got asking, if we were interested in playing gigs this summer. They're going to try to plan some tentative stuff. The city of Albuquerque books so much stuff: the Botanical Gardens, things, the Summer Fest, Town Plaza. They do all kinds of stuff. But in that survey, they asked, "Can you play without power? And how small can you go?" And so it was really nice to be able to be like, "Yeah, we can."
We could do something. We'll bring our own
Right.
little little batteries.
No, we can definitely, and I keep looking into like the one thing I've invested into that because of the whole busking situation is that the electrical battery there to power our stuff a bit more. So I keep looking around and I see stuff. It's weird because I've bought one and then now I see them all over. Like whenever I'm on Facebook, it's like another ad. Like, do you like this one too? Check this one out. And then I'll go to a store and all of a sudden I see them at stores and it's like, oh wow. But it's I've found to be a very helpful investment in what we've been doing,
Yeah.
especially knowing for future endeavors, knowing that we still have more. We're only 6 episodes in.
Yours will be coming out on Friday, Gil.
Right, Friday, and then we still have what 6 more or something like that?
10 more, one for each
10 more?
band member, like 30 more.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of
We're
fun.
like a clown car when we pull up.
Clown car videos. They're like, or one of those Russian dolls. You just
Damn, how
pulling
many
it
more
out,
members
so.
do they got? Damn.
But yeah, actually, too, I just uploaded this here. So if people, we were fortunate enough to have with some of this filming that we do here publicly, especially in Santa Fe, for Santa Fe being, I don't want to say small, but it's just got that like the community where like when we posted about it, there was people commenting being like, yeah, that was my park that you guys were in. And it was really great to hear the live music and stuff. So
like they recognize it, they can see it, recognize
and
those
then,
trees.
And we had
Nice.
There we are.
Yeah.
There we are in the park there. So that was actually the one there. And then we had is it Luis?
Luis.
Yeah, he snapped this photo and put it in that's the Santa Fe Reporter, right?
Somebody put like a comment like they look like an open mic and the vibes were like waiting to get in on the set. Like,
Right.
it was like this, like wants to
But
get in that jam session.
So that's what it looks like when we were doing it out there, in the
Just
park.
not
so
on paper. Not on paper.
Right.
It's in real life.
But we were fortunate enough to get that recognition as well of like, people coming through and then they snap a photo and put it in the paper. It's kind of like we're not going for that. It just happened. So it's kind of nice. That's a good thing, I think, for the public to know that, we're slowly bouncing back. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
who knows, start going to parks on Saturdays in Albuquerque and Santa Fe, and you might run into us. Like
that might be a good
Saturday,
that's probably a good thing. I'm pretty sure.
right.
It's a
Yeah.
good thing,
This Saturday, we're actually filming for Mr. Felipe Roybal and Mr. Jesse Joaquin Parker, and we're going to be in Albuquerque. We're not going to give up that location, but just go to any and every park that you can.
How
that
many parks they
Saturday.
have in Albuquerque, you think?
A, a lot,
A lot?
and
Right?
you might run into us. So yeah, if you
That's
want to,
good though, having a lot. I know
right?
we'll be down by the river somewhere, but that's all I'm saying.
Someone in a van down by the river.
That's
Yeah.
all I'll
Yeah,
say.
and I'm looking forward to that one. I mean, coming up with Jesse and Felipe, we're inviting some of our old bandmates on. And
I have
Felipe's
I got my songs that I'm checking off as I'm going. I'm like, so they got
Right. It's
the
been nice. That
suite.
is going to be the nice thing once we go back to actual playing live for the public is that we will have some new material to add
A
to
little
that.
bit.
So it'll be nice. You know what I mean? And it's kind of going back to some roots too. There's some instrumental stuff in there, and that's always nice. I always dig that. The jamming, you know what I mean? The flex. Sometimes it's nice. It's
Yeah.
like it's cool to make because then you still make people dance with it, but like it's cool to just bust out a hard ass tune, something that grooves
I
real
thought the
nice.
last one was one of my favorite ones from last episode.
Right.
Not that any of them haven't been cool because it's great jamming with you guys, man, right now. But I just like the vibe, kind of reminding me of not when it didn't want to be like the way the band was, and stuff. But it was just of that era of sound for some reason. They had that. I mean, it was minus Dave, of course, but there's a lot of things that just kind of was a culmination of all that stuff, coming together. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. I dug the sound of it. So this week will be really good with Felipe and Jesse. And we'll do a
Yeah,
little
well,
bit of jazz. We're gonna do some jazz.
Mhm.
we did that. Yeah, we'll do that on Sunday.
Oh yeah,
But
Sunday.
we'll have one coming out on Friday, which will be Gil's feature. So Gil's gonna do. You got an original piece on this one that's gonna air on Friday, right?
Yes, sir. I do. I have a little cumbia that I wrote here during this little quarantine, little something that came to mind and stuff, little instrumental. More on that New Mexico tip because what we do when we play a lot more Colombian cumbia, and so this is a nice mix of the Colombian and the New Mexican because I think we don't want to forget the roots of it. You know what I mean? Like especially for us, I feel like we've always done a great job of that with our cumbia of keeping it pretty Colombian, and I like the roots of it, but then being able to take it and bring in the New Mexico style and stuff, So we've always been really good at mashing things up like that. And so that this series in general has been a really good showcase of that, of taking each member and then each member what they're bringing to the table and just the jams itself and stuff like that. Like you were saying, last week was really cool. I dug it because of the affirmation, the Jose Feliciano tune that it was really groovy, like just funky. It was good to get and play that style. And then to also play Amanecer, that was a tune we brought from Luna Llena. Shout out to Ricky and Romeo and the Luna Llena crew. R.I.P. Romeo. And so it was cool to bring that and jam that stuff. It was just a really cool jam. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out. It's up on our YouTube, episode 5, Mr. Shane Dirk. And then check mine out on Friday as well. I'm kind of excited, a little nervous because we said it's you record and then you're just like that's what it is right there. So if there's any kind of mistakes or anything, we roll with it, and it's good because
Hey
that's
man,
the
but that's
live.
what's cool about the mask, bro. That nobody knows who you are when you're
Right.
like messing up, man. I'm telling you, I people get upset. You say that, but I'll be like, nah, man, it's benefit.
Right.
No.
But to me that's the whole word, how it's live and it's not edited to that, where it's like we're doing a lot of these on 1 or 2 tries, and that's cool because back when we were playing live, you only got one shot. You know what I mean? It was like you played the song
Anyway, right?
on to the next song, and
Yeah,
then
so-
you were like, ooh, that one didn't go as well. Okay, well then next time I'll make sure to try harder and
you're like, I'll
make sure I
practice
get
that
it down.
again, man.
But it's a lot of times we don't have that next shot, so it's kind of cool. I feel like we're getting some good exercise and calisthenics for gigging, so when we do eventually start playing out and stuff, we'll be a bit ready for it.
Yeah.
So like,
My back. Yeah, it's a little bit tiring.
right.
I found myself like, we got bashed by the elements a little bit, and those things used to mess us up on gigs too. It was a lot of work, right? The whole setup and everything. It'd be all windy. They'd put you in some crazy spot. That was cool. Whatever. We just do what we do. And but you're
Hmm.
dealing with like the sun, right? Most of the time, the sun would beat down on us pretty hard, no? And that would kill you if you didn't get enough water or enough shade. But right now it's kind of cold, but we did get a lot of sun, and but then the wind, and then doing 6 songs, with the setup, there's a little bit to it, Sometimes it
Yeah.
looks like it's just kind of us going in the park, dropping some cameras, go, bam, let's go, and I'm like, wow, it still takes production time, like all this stuff in this world nowadays. This is not really all that instantaneous. I think about everything I see on the internet, and we think we capture stuff in the moment, but a lot of it is actually produced, right? And we do the same thing there, but then the illusion, or at least even for myself, is just remembering those moments, not how tired I was, because we were standing for like 4 hours, 4.5 hours, and going back, and making sure you had enough water, because that's one thing you forget to bring out there. Beer, there was beer, but
Right.
water is important.
Well, even that, the bathroom too. That's like where you're like,
The
oh man,
restroom.
we're in a park, and that's like most parks don't provide
Yeah, so I
restrooms
hold
there
it.
for like 4 hours. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff too, where we're really,
You have to time it. Like
yeah,
you have to.
totally. I try to like have my morning coffee way early, so this way I'm not rolling up drinking coffee because then I'll
I
be
drink
done.
I drink that shit all day.
But yeah, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great experience, like learning experience of that as well. Like I think this whole pandemic has pushed us to do the whole just doing more online. You know what I mean? So it's great to see that like we've had more videos and stuff to our YouTube channel and stuff. So
Hey,
Yeah.
look, there's Fontana.
Senor Fontana,
Carlos
sal-
Fontana's in the house.
Carlos was the first one to do the music in the park. He kicked it all off.
He
That's
kicked it
cool.
off.
That was a really fun one. That was like you know, sort of learning or trying to figure out how to, make it all happen and stuff. And it was cool. Those first two ran really, really smooth. I mean, they all ran pretty smooth, considering all the things that can go wrong.
Yeah, and we keep getting more and more sort of people watching them as we keep producing more. So go back and check out some of the old ones if you haven't, if you're seeing this. And but these
Yeah,
new ones we got coming up, we've got what, 5 more at least. Four,
quite a
5 more
few. We
more or
got like
less.
Miguel will be Friday. Then we'll have Jesse. Then we'll
Yeah.
have Felipe. We have Mike Trujillo. We have Ziggy. We're gonna bring. Oh, and then about that time I'll be doing one, and then
Hmm.
we're gonna bring our old buddy Ricky Garrido to do one.
That'd be
Um,
great.
I think Chad James, our sax player Chad James, has expressed some interest.
so
Fully vaccinated Chad James will come out, and
that's seven. That's seven more people.
See, that's what I was saying.
so it's a lot.
So
And
And
then
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
we've been talking about like maybe collaborating with other artists. Bringing maybe do something with Jesus Bass or Jackie Zamora, or just
Right. Camilo, we can reach out to our boy
uh,
Camilo.
just kind of keep.
something, right? Because once everything starts going, hopefully we'll see how it goes, but we can keep some things, few gigs, and then maybe we can run this like once a month or once every 2 weeks or something with some featured people, and kind of
Right.
at least try to do some jamming. Well, that's what we used to do. So
Yeah, we got some stuff. We have a couple virtual concerts coming up. April 22nd, Gil, right? We're at
Yeah.
Red Gorilla Studios. That's something you lined up for us.
Yeah. Red Gorilla Studios. Shout out to them. They're a studio down here in Albuquerque that's been doing their live stream series every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And a few months ago, I had the opportunity to do one for them, and it's really great. Actually, before COVID went down, I was doing some Monday rehearsals with my buddy Jamie Van Ripper and Tony, this other guy, this drummer from Taos. And we were doing this little power rock trio thing there, but we were doing it every Monday at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon there at Red Gorilla Studios. And it's got a really great big live room with the stage that they host bands and stuff. So It's got a drum riser and everything, full sound. They got lights and everything. So, and you can also record project stuff. So they've been doing their live streams there, and I was able to do one. It was nice being as a solo artist because you just go in and it was just like boom, one channel and rock it. And then they hit me up for another date, and I was like, when I was there, we were talking about I wanted to bring the band in just because the space itself, like when we've done the Carazozo, the virtual concert that we did for them and stuff, we went to Frogville and I was able to record there in their big space in their giant room. So it's kind of like another option. I was looking at kind of like that, where it was like if we need to do something as a larger group in Albuquerque, that facilities can definitely space us. It can definitely hold us and stuff with enough space to socially distance.
Nice.
And he hit me up for a date, and then I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna reach out to the guys, and since we've been doing this kind of smaller thing with the instrumentation and stuff, I was like, it'd be kind of cool to test that out there and check it out, and so we're gonna be doing that on Thursday, April 22nd, and it'll start at 8:30. We'll play about an hour and a half. So we'll be promoting as we get there. I actually just finished up the flyer and all that stuff, and so I was going to send it out to them so we can start promoting it and all that. But it should be a good time. It's really, they got a camera crew and they got lights and stuff, and they have a sound crew, so it should be a good time. Like, I'm looking forward for us to be able to step in and jam as a group, but kind of have that where it's facilitated, where we don't necessarily have to put it on, where there's actually people to worry about the sound for us and the cameras and all that stuff. So it'll be kind of cool to just kind of show up and rock it out again and all that. So stay tuned for that, because it's a good time. It'll be.
And that's like straight up live. It's not like a pre-recorded thing. So
right.
That'll be, I mean, everything we've been doing, a lot of what we've been doing has been like pre-recorded kind of stuff. So this will be, just a straight up live, broadcast performance.
In your face.
That'll be cool.
Right. No, yeah.
Walking a type.
I was impressed with the production of it all. Like I saw yours, and I've been tuning into the other ones when I see them live coming on, and it's great production, great sound. So it'll be fun. Be fun to do it.
Totally.
April 22nd, right? Thursday night.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what did you want to do, D2? We were going to talk about this. You wanted to invite some folks?
Yeah, if anybody wants to jump on with us.
Everyone's all scared. Don't be scared.
On, say hi.
Don't be scared.
Just maybe put in the comments that you want to jump on the screen with us and say hello, and then we'll let you know how to jump on
to make it happen.
Yeah.
Happen.
For now, let's share. We were talking about Carlos's.
I was just thinking about Carlos when we were thinking about, or when you mentioned about him playing the first one. But I was like, man, Carlos has been around for a while with us, and he came in during times without Carlos. I don't know if we would still be necessarily around.
Right. Yeah, no. Carlos pulled us through some tough times there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
He carried the weight of lead singer for
many years.
Overnight, he was kind of just
overnight and many years.
But yeah.
So I was just thinking about that. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Fun. Feel free to jump on. Let us know
what you think about that.
We're also doing we're going to be doing a recording. This will be a pre-recorded performance at the Hispanic Cultural Center. And that's for Cesar Chavez Day. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to air, but you can stay tuned to our networks, and that'll be coming up. Let's see if Carlos wants to come on. Maybe I'll text him.
Yeah.
He just said right now, he said desde el 2007.
Let's see.
That's a long time now. That is a real long time. Yeah. While you're hitting up Carlos, I think I may share. Well, we'll bring up Carlos's performance so everyone can kind of. Oh wait, that's not the right button.
Don't push that one.
I know. I'm all no.
I want to see that.
We all freeze.
I just
don't do that one.
It's all done. There we go. All right, I'm gonna share this one.
Oh, look at this.
Feels all fancy. Like StreamYard
Boom. Aficionado.
I know, man. That just came up out of nowhere.
Well, it's cool when we're all logged in like this. Can y'all hear that?
I can. Well, but it's all choppy.
Hola,
Oh, hey, oh, that was
Uh,
it.
buenas tardes.
That's all you got.
Cantante
It's-
del grupo Nosotros, aquí en Nuevo México, Santa Fe, Nuevo México y Albuquerque. Hoy nos reunimos en un parque aquí, para hacer un poco de música con los compañeros de la banda.
That's exactly how he normally sounds, just like that. It's like,
oh, internet.
oh, womp womp.
Volver a los escenarios. Esperamos que les guste este conciertito pequeño que hicimos para ustedes. Yo canté 3 canciones. La primera es la canción En algún lugar de Do Can Do de España. Es un clásico del rock de los años 80. Espero que les guste nuestra versión. También tocamos una cumbia.
I
I'm
can't.
gonna do what most people do.
Can't.
I'm gonna just skip to the music like
I
every.
do can too.
There we go.
En algún lugar de un gran país.
It's all like a video. It's all like it's got the way, the way it's all shot. It's all choppy. Kind of works. It kind of works.
It's not too loud right now.
In a weird way, it kind of works, man. I don't know.
Muere genio sin saber de su magia concedida.
Okay, freezes on the on the hits.
Tiempo antes de nacer.
Oh yeah.
The song totally reminded me of like Cure or something, you know, like some 80s emo 80s emo rap.
No hay caminos que lleguen hasta aquí y luego pretendan salir.
Like that is straight up.
Arde la hierba.
Ah, bridge.
Cool.
En algún lugar de un gran país.
Some 80s video
Cool.
going on there, man.
Yeah. So if you want to see the rest of that, go check it out on YouTube. There at our
That was-
Nosotros Music YouTube page. That's what's cool about this whole series is we were saying like having new material to play because it was just like as we reach out for the 2 artists because what we're doing like Dennis mentioned earlier is recording 2 episodes when we meet. So we'll do 3 songs with one performer and then 3 with the other. And so what we do first is reach out and tell them, well, what 3 songs that you want. And in this case, we were kind of trying to reach outside the box of what we're normally playing as Nosotros. And so they're bringing new material and stuff. And that was one of the new ones. It's an older tune that Carlos liked, but it was one of those ones we've never done with him. And he's always won. And we've always dabbled in the rock español genre and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool. And that one too, again, we just played it a couple times.
We
And
could
then-
probably just do salsa and rock and español, and Carlos would be all cool. Like you give him a
Right.
couple of rock songs like that, like a set of that. That's what we should do is a set like that, though. You know, or something when we
I think
get
that
back
one will
into it.
definitely add to our
Yeah.
repertoire. And I personally had never heard it, so it's kind of cool to to learn it, hear it, and yeah, I dug it. I thought I was pretty happy with how it turned out, how we were able to play. Really, Carlos just sent us a YouTube link, right, to the video of it, and
Oh yeah.
just
And then those dudes like to do things where they slightly detune like the recording. Like I think they They probably, I don't know if they record it in like standard tuning or get as close as what they get to like 440, but then when you go back, they either pitch it down. I think they pitch it down a little bit or they pitch it up. It's like they do some, I've heard it different ways. It's weird. Like they just, in the final process. So sometimes you're trying to learn those songs and you're like, ooh, it's all like, it sounds like you're just playing way out of tune with what's going on. And the band sounds great. And I'm like, I wonder if they do that on purpose. So then that way, you'll never sound good with those D's. They sound good, but you're
Right.
trying to play along. It's all like, eh.
Was playing like with when I was jamming with Luna Yena. A lot of the songs that I had to learn and like the recordings were like that, where like they were either tuned to one instrument or something. So I've learned to just kind of ignore that, where I'm like, okay, like I'm like a little half step off, or like a little, the percentage is a little weird and wonky. I'm just like, yeah, like I know we're playing it in G, so I'm gonna just kind of keep, but like I know it's kind of like not quite there. And
Detune your bass. And
right. No, I'd rather, that's why I kind of have the 5-string too. So if I need to be, because I've played with people that do that where they tune flat and then so now I'm like a half step off. And so the 5-string comes in really handy for that, because then I don't have to detune or anything. I just have
Yeah, you just play in that area. Yeah.
half step off from everybody. Like it's a lot easier. That's what I was doing with my buddy Jamie there when we were doing Red Gorilla Studios on Monday, because he plays with Keith Sanchez and the Moon Thieves, and they and like Keith uses a capo a lot. Like it's pretty interesting how that works, because then if you want to play with each other at 440, you just put the capo on the first fret, and then it's like, but you can't really watch each other's hands because the positioning is still off. But as long as you know, it's like, oh, okay, the 5-string though, I've always loved for that, because having the extra octave, I don't have to worry about that. Like I can just, my brain doesn't have to think as hard, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so that with that too, like with that song when we were learning it, I just was ignored that I was not in tune with it. I was just like I know this is right. Like if I was playing it, with you and we were tuned to each other, it would be right. But I was just like, this sounds kind of awful,
I'm trying to get Carlos on here, but it looks like he's having trouble locking on.
He's
just put him in as a guest instead. Only us guys go as administrators, so I could do cool stuff.
I sent him the link, this invite link.
Oh, I got you.
Anybody want to come on with us? We have like 5 people watching us tonight. This will be seen though many more times after this. So
right, people are eating dinner. They're eating tacos right now. They're eating burritos. This is New Mexico. That's what people eat.
Tacos sound really awesome.
I know. My wife made some barbacoa, and so I've been eating barbacoa, burritos, and everything.
It's time for tacos.
Crock pot cooking is nice.
Yeah. What's today? Wednesday though, right? Yeah. So I'm day
Actually,
off.
I need to get some. It's St. Patty's Day, so I'm kind of disappointed. I need to go get some corned beef and cabbage.
Corned beef tacos.
That's right.
Right, corned beef. I'm sure there is some corned beef, like, and it's cabbage that's wrapped in. It's
I would take it like that with. I eat my tacos with cabbage all the time.
Like, but wrapped in a cabbage?
No,
like,
but like
like a lettuce
instead of lettuce. I
like it
because it's crunchier.
Yeah, my girl loves that too.
Yeah.
She makes like this salsa with it, with this jalapeno and then cabbage. And well, she calls it salsa, but it's not a salsa. It's just like garnish, basically. You put in your taco, but hot and like kind of limey
and delicious.
Yeah, like it kind of reminds me of because like the vinegar of the jalapeno, it reminds me of those like jars of like the hot cauliflower and the peppers and stuff. Those, like, yeah, that stuff's good. Now let's talk about food. I'm like, oh, I gotta go eat now. Almost dinner time.
Yeah, so that's what we got coming up. We got we do have some live. Like right now, it seems like the way people are booking, like they're booking like sort of tentatively, and so we've actually, I mean, we've got one for sure that'll probably happen for sure. That's we have a wedding coming up, so that's exciting for us to be playing for some live music. I wish there was something more solid for the public, but we did get an email today for some dates for one of the larger venues here in in Santa Fe, northern New Mexico, really. Wanting to book some dates, tentative dates, depending on how things go. So that's cool. The Los Alamos concert in the park, same thing. We have a date with them, a tentative date with them. So hopefully,
Cool. The last time we did that was with Ozo Motley, right?
yeah,
We did one in Los Alamos with them, so it'll be good to get back to Los Alamos.
it will. Hopefully it happens. We'll, they're watching the number. Everybody's watching the numbers to see what's going to happen here. But at the very least, it's nice to be able to get some, something on the calendar and some inquiries, that feels a little kind of hopeful. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the summer. Hopefully, if anything, we'll keep doing the music in the park thing and keep that rolling.
I'm optimistic. I'm
Right.
as
We'll
long as
just
keep
start.
things
We'll
going.
sell tickets to our park recordings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like you can't. There's nothing to compare to like live music. That's why I like it doing those things on Saturdays at the park with you guys. Is because you can feel like things moving, like the air moves from the sound, and that's as opposed to what we hear, after it's recorded. Like I really like hearing the quality of it on playback, especially you put in some headphones, and you can kind of hear the stereo placement of the way it is, which is really cool like that. But in real life, there's just no substitution, really for a live music performance.
Yeah, but that's been kind of nice. Some of these music in the park things that we're doing that, just people that were planning to be in the park that day are there, and a lot of times
Yeah,
stop and kind of like
hang
you know
out. Well, they
hang
kind
out.
of, yeah, they're in their spots, right? It's definitely kind of cool like that. People
Yeah,
dancing with their dogs and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
yeah. No, it is. It is really kind of nice, and I think it's I think we haven't gotten like any like grumpy neighbors or anything that come out with their newspaper and their robe, but so far everybody's been really, it seems like appreciative, that we show up in these neighborhood parks and set up and play. They seem pretty appreciative and, enjoy having that in their hood.
What's the odds that we're gonna get somebody gonna
I
give us
know.
our time?
Well, we are filming in Burke this on Sunday, so I don't know. We might.
Well, we've
We're
always
gonna
had a
get
good time
judged.
down there.
Actually,
Like
yeah, no, I was gonna say, who knows? Hopefully,
nobody's
a
bugged
barbecue.
us, which is great. But like, I
Hopefully,
mean,
a barbecue doesn't break out. Like I said, all of a sudden, everybody like, oh, these guys are playing music. Let's fucking all.
well, we won't even
gather
go
up.
near that. Like what we've also, as we get to the park, like we've tried to find places away from people, and
Right.
I mean,
Right.
we're
Yeah.
still trying to do all that. It's, people are going out to parks and hanging out and, it's awesome. And we want to make sure everybody's safe. But, for us, keep your mask on, and try to, the social distancing. And there's plenty of room out in parks to do that, So
Right.
even for a band, kind of doing kind of the way we're doing it, and like Gil's saying, we don't really put it out there where we're playing. So I mean, it's not like we're gonna have like crowds show up or anything like that. But still,
Right.
it's kind of the
Well,
the
I think it's
surprise
to
of
prevent
everything.
that.
Yeah. But I mean, people are itching for music though, and I'd go out to see some people. I'm just not. I'm almost there. Halfway there. I'm halfway
Right.
vaxxed. So
Yeah. Pretty soon, right, Randy? February, April.
yeah, but April, like middle of April, that's when they say I should be all vaxxed up, man. Oh, vaxxed up, ese. I'll be like ready to go.
Gil's fully vaccinated, right? Gil, you're
I am, dude. I'm going around. I breathe into people's mouths, and then I let them breathe into mine. I go, and then they go.
I let Gil
I'm
walk.
like-
I let Gil walk by me, and
And then
he
lick.
takes off
I
his
lick
mask so he can
banisters.
smell me, and then he's
Uh,
safe though.
Like I lick doorknobs now. Like I
No,
sit there
just
and I
straight
touch
up.
stuff. And
Back
bro,
to your normal self. Back to
totally,
what you used to
dude.
do. Nothing's
I'm like,
changed.
I open mouth hug people. Like, yeah, it's all good.
Remember that time I hugged that dude in Austin and everybody got scared? Yeah, man, because he was giving free hugs to everybody. And I was like, I'll take a free hug. You're like, people are like, I don't know. Who knows who he's hugged? I
Now
was like,
you
well,
wish
that's the point, man. You know, it's like that's the whole point of it.
Like now, I want to give that hug back. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
but
No, I
yeah,
would
no,
take another one. Once it's there, that's gonna be weird. That dude would
hug
probably
it.
be
I
the
know
first.
it's gonna be
He'll be
weird.
the first guy I hug. I'll be out there
I've
in
quite
Austin. I'll
enjoyed
be
all
like,
the
I'll go
social
hug that dude.
distancing. Like I kind of like not shaking hands now and stuff. Like I've always been. I'm like, it's really nice
Well,
to not have to
I
go near
miss our
people.
like, hey, what's up? I miss doing some
Right.
stuff with
Well,
the
with
guys.
bros and people
With
that
you
I
guys,
love, yeah.
we're all like,
But
oh,
like with
okay,
just
cool. All right,
strangers,
I see you later, man.
I have strangers that still try to like want to shake my hand. I'm like, I don't know you like that.
You should do
I'm
like that. You should go like that, and then
oh, psych, man, right? The whole old school.
they like that. I get
Right.
it. Cool. They'll
I'm
make
gonna
a
bring back
joke,
the
and then
chest bump where I'm like, I only chest bump people. What's up? Oh,
are you
that sounds
vaxxed?
good. Right? We've had chest bump.
That's the cleanest part. At least for me, it is.
Right. But yeah, no, it's cool. I still I've pledged to still wear a mask and to social distance and all that. Like the vaccine's nice. I do feel like it's a good precaution for if there's ever a moment of like, oh, I forgot my mask or whatever. At least I'm like I can run through a crowd and like get out of there to go get my mask, and I won't feel
You gotta
like
hold your breath
so
still, though,
right. No,
bro.
I still
Like
do.
straight up.
I still do hold my breath. That's
That's CDC guidelines. I read that. You gotta
right.
hold your breath.
As you
Dr.
walk past
Dr.
people,
said
I go, and then I walk. I go across like that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude, hold it. If you don't have it, nah, But we're definitely we're almost there. At least I mean, well, we got a little bit of ways, but um, it's gonna be really back to normal before we know it. We've been in this thing for so long. Once you're back in it, once everything starts going, it'll be like, remember those times, and it'll seem like a blip sometimes compared to a lot of
right.
things. So.
Yeah.
There's a
No,
mess. There's a comment from Eric right there. That's a
Yeah, he's
person.
like,
Eric, I will hug you
he's like,
when I can hug you again, bro. I'll give you a big old
He's
hug.
like,
He's always giving us mad love. Shout out to Eric Flores. He's been around, big fan and supporter of Nosotros for a long time, decades since when Dave Diaz was alive and stuff. So
like Garrett's Desert Inn, right?
right, Garrett
Days.
Sturgeon.
yeah, way back. Yeah, Eric's been around forever. He's been a true bro. A real,
I
yeah.
couldn't even grow all this. I could only grow patches of beard when he was coming to see us.
Right. Is the Garrett's Desert Inn still the Garrett's Desert Inn? What is it now?
Oh, it's
I mean, it's a hotel of some kind.
Is it still Garrett's? Like, is it a Garrett?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's
I
not
forgot
good.
what it's called, actually. I played there a couple of times, a few gigs, and I can't
It's
remember. And
weird.
they're remodeling it, and I can't remember. Like,
It's weird to see old venues that we used to play at that are no longer like that name. And then people don't. When you try to talk to people about stuff, and if they're not from here, they don't know. It's kind of weird because they don't know. Like they're just like, what? Like when you try to tell people like here in Albuquerque, the library, when you say like Roosters and stuff, they're like, what? And it kind of, I'm like, and I start to feel old because I'm like, yo, like
they're like, oh, the library. That's like some of those bars though when we grew up, like Victoria's and stuff,
right,
that aren't there no more, or
right.
bars that were there before our time. Even it's like, and then that was a great place to be at. And I don't know, maybe it was the Desert Sun.
Right. And Garrett's that was one of the what else was in like too when I go by Old Willie's Corazon, it's like a bakery now or something like that.
Yeah, it's a French bakery. It's I think it's a Latin American restaurant now.
Is it? Yeah, no, just good memories in that building.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's been a while since I've been there.
Good memories.
I'm looking forward. I'm gonna go. We'll venture out to grab some food here in April, if everything holds up all good. Yeah, I'm gonna finally go out to eat somewhere.
Right. Luckily, there's still like a lot of places with patios that you can.
Yeah,
you don't actually have to do
that.
indoor.
Yeah.
You don't have to do indoor dining. That's my thing. Is I haven't done. I'm not gonna do any indoor dining just yet.
But see, I like the indoor dining because I used to be like, oh damn flies, get out of here, fly, get out of here. I'm at the flies.
See, I live in Albuquerque. There is no flies in Albuquerque.
Yeah, no, you
There's
guys
no
got
flies.
murder hornets down there.
Right, there's no flies down here, bro. I don't have to worry about that stuff.
It's all.
Oh my goodness.
Smoke.
Na na
Ahora,
na 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 na.
soy,
That's your theme song.
soy muy malo con la tecnología. Esto
Dang,
es,
where are you calling from? ¿De dónde?
¿cómo están todos? Bien, ¿cómo está todo contigo, bro?
Pura vida, aquí cortándome el pelo un poquito, lo tenía muy largo.
Sí.
Oh, looks
Todo muy
looks
bien,
fresh.
mucho trabajo. Oh, it's summer now for me.
Looks fresh though, fresh. You just do that?
Oh, muy fresco, es magnífico, porque ya empieza el calor para mí y no me gusta mucho el calor.
Right.
¿Y qué,
Yeah.
cómo va todo por ahí?
Sí, yo también. Short, real short.
¿Qué estás haciendo en estos días, bro?
Bueno, Dave, lo mismo trabajando en remodels, mucho remodel, hay mucho trabajo ahorita aquí en Santa Fe, muy ocupado, gracias a Dios, y mañana me tomo unas pequeñas vacaciones a Denver con mi familia. Denver, vamos a Denver, sí, Dave, unos cuantos días ahí para salir un poco de lo mismo, de acá, un ratito.
¿A Denver?
Vamos para Denver, si Dios quiere.
Ah,
Vamos
qué
a ir
bueno.
a unas vacaciones COVID.
Yeah. Con la familia de su hermano.
Sí,
Pues,
vamos para allá, si Dios quiere.
pues qué
A la
bueno.
gente le gusta mucho los conciertos en el parque, la gente les gusta mucho eso.
Sí. Sí, no, ya estamos muy feliz con todos esos conciertos y ya tengo ganas para tocar más y tocar por toda la gente.
Yo creo que vamos a tener que hacer un concierto, un COVID concert en el parque. Cuando
Sí.
termine esto, un buen concierto en el parque. No importa, aunque sea así, no importa, pero yo creo que como para que toda la comunidad llegue, y ¿me entiendes? Algo así, algo como para celebrar la vida. Pienso, no sé. Hay que planear entre todos, pero está bueno hacer un concierto en un parque así, para que todos digan, ya salimos del COVID.
Pues a ver qué pasa con todo eso, con los números con COVID y todo, pero creo que es posible, tengo esperanza.
Yo pienso que, inclusive, anoche, last night I had dreams sobre que I had the chat.
Oh, sí.
Soñé, tengo tantos deseos de tener la vacuna que soñé que me estaban vacunando anoche. Y yo estaba muy feliz y cuando desperté digo yo, oh my God, no, era un sueño. Pero estoy esperando,
¿No quieres el shot o si quieres?
sí quiero.
Yeah.
Ya quiero salir de esto, ya necesito la música, necesito salir, disfrutar, necesito vivir la vida.
Yeah, yo sé.
Sí,
Pues,
vamos a ver qué pasa.
pues vamos a hablar mañana, a ver si puedo ayudar con todo, con el chat y todo, a ver si puedo ayudarlo. Puedo ayudar.
Ya estoy en una lista.
Sí.
Sí,
¿Estás en una lista?
nada más estoy esperando. Sí,
Ajá. Mira, está Ricky Carlini.
nada más esperar que Dave ya.
Ricky,
Sí,
it's been a long time. We miss playing gigs, your gigs.
Right. All the way up in
Sorry.
Taos.
I want 4 shots, not 2. I want 4.
Mhm.
That's how much I love it, Carlos. I want 4 shots, man. I need it. I don't
para
care.
estar seguro, muy seguro.
5 of tequila when we're done.
Bueno, ustedes quieren curar otra cosa, yo no. Pero está muy bien. Pero no, sí, ¿cómo hace falta ya, la verdad? reunirse a tocar en vivo, cómo hace falta ese contacto de la música con el público, hace mucha falta ya, la verdad. ¿Qué prueba más difícil ha sido el año pasado y el no poder disfrutar de lo que a uno más le gusta? Y no es lo mismo estar haciendo las cosas online que tener a la gente ahí al frente aplaudiendo, disfrutando, verlos gozar. Qué difícil ha sido, la verdad, para todos los que son artistas y viven de esto, ya sean pintores, sean escultores, bailarines, músicos, de todo. Es muy difícil esto que estamos viviendo y nada más esperemos que ya pase esta pesadilla y volvamos otra vez a la vida normal de nosotros y poder disfrutar el día a día con nosotros de lo que más nos apasiona, que es la música. Y cada quien en lo suyo también, disfrutando lo que más les apasiona a todos. Esperemos que ya muy pronto lleguen las inyecciones para todos y así volver a disfrutar de todo otra vez como era antes.
Sí, sí, pues yo tengo esperanza que podemos tocar para el público este año y espero que en los meses que vienen, en el verano, ahora tenemos fechas en el calendario, como una boda, ahora y algo en Los Álamos en agosto. Entonces, si todo va bien, creo que podemos tocar para el público.
Sí, yo espero que ya este summer podamos reiniciar todo, aunque sea poquito a poquito, ir reiniciando eso hasta que ya todos tengamos la vacuna y ya todo el mundo no tenga miedo, porque mucha gente tiene miedo aún así salir, pero yo creo que ya con la vacuna ya todos pierden ese temor. Y lo que me encanta es no usar máscara, no puedo, es muy difícil para mí. No soporto la máscara y por eso deseo que 2, 3, 4, como dice Randy, 4, 5 vacunas, no hay problema por mí.
Sí.
Pero sí,
Yeah.
A ver.
Pues espero que algo va a pasar pronto.
Dios quiera que sea así y estemos de nuevo dándole fuerza a la música.
Sí. Pues sí, ya tenemos como más conciertos virtual, pero ya no es la misma.
No, necesitamos ese contacto con toda la gente. Ese contacto es esencial, el contacto, el aplauso, el reír con el público y todo eso. Es algo que no te lo da una cámara, eso te lo da directamente la persona en vivo. Es una energía diferente de nosotros con el público. Ellos nos dan energía y nosotros les inyectamos energía y eso no se puede vivir en online, eso solo en vivo se vive. Pero esperemos que ya salgamos de esto, si Dios quiere, y volvamos a las andadas, como dicen en Costa Rica.
Sí, espero que sí.
Bueno, mis hermanos, los dejo porque tengo que prepararme para mañana.
Ok,
Dios me lo bendiga. Y que disfruten, que la pasen pura vida.
Pura vida, bro.
Ok, tú, Anis, como decimos en Costa Rica.
Nos vemos pronto. Dani.
Oh, sorry. Look at me. I'm Max Headroom.
I know. I was gonna say, is that
Max Headroom. Weird. I don't know what's going on.
Definitely. Dude, that's so great.
I don't know.
So
the internet.
weird.
The internet. I don't know what's going on, dude.
Are you using your GoPro?
No, bro. Max
Shout
Headroom,
out to
Holmes.
Shout out to GoPros.
I don't know what happened there.
Oh man. That's
think it was
crazy.
probably the internet connection, dude. That's one.
That reminded me of like the Canadians on South Park, like that. Laughing or something. Like it's like,
That looked weird though. Like it was but it's crazy because my whole background stayed the same, you know. So like, nothing else is moving. So that's why, like, probably everything looked all crazy. So
no, it did. It was weird. It was cool.
it's funny.
I was like, how do you? I want my screen to do that. I was like
I
a
know,
glitch
yeah.
effect. I was like, is that a Snapchat filter or something?
That's better now, right? Yeah. So anyway,
That's
yeah. So that was cool. Little Carlos Fontana in the house doing his thing.
A little
Yeah.
Carlos, he's pretty little.
He looks like The Rock, bro. That's
That
how
was
The Rock-
fresh. I could see. Did you see the shine on that, bro? That was fresh. Like,
Yeah, he's got that. The Rock. The Rock
shaved
has
his
that
head for the
stuff.
show
He
today.
sells that. Yeah, he shined it all up. He's all.
he's like, I'm about to be online. You can see everything. I'm glad that the screens are small, so you can't see that I haven't shaved.
It was like we would see
So-
the screen and then the reflection and then back like a mirror, like over and over. No, it looks sharp. He's got a good head for that though. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
think-
not anyone can pull that off.
I think
That's it.
I'd probably have some strange numerical birthmark on mine. So probably- I have a feeling I'd be like, "What's this?" No.
I follow Oscar De Leon on Instagram, and he keeps his head nice and clean too.
Oh man, his has been clean for like
Right,
50
it's like-
years, man.
And then too, what was I watching? I was
He
watching.
did
this
the
with Bruce
laser.
Willis.
He did lasering. So like, you know,
Oh.
you're not even, you don't even get ear hair, bro. That's
Nice.
That's pretty funny.
You know how like when you get old though, you're gonna have ear hair, bro. You know,
Right.
and he's all premeditated, man.
That's why I don't need to wear earplugs anymore because I got ear hair. So it's like that's my earplugs.
So, well, that was cool. So I appreciate you guys jamming these last few episodes. Look forward to
Yeah, it's
the
gonna
more
be
we
fun.
got coming up, plus the gigs, plus all those fechas that are happening. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
I hope I hope these at least a little bit of, like small kind of safer live things can start happening here pretty soon.
maybe.
We'll see. I mean, it's going to be all about those numbers, right? But as soon as Albuquerque or Santa Fe hits that turquoise, I think we'll start
Yeah.
doing a little bit of something. But
If
you
we
know.
go up, I'm gonna find that one person to blame.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna let him have it. Nah, like we're close, man. I keep faith. I feel like, I don't know. It's kind of played out how we thought it was gonna play out, right, Dennis? We talked when we first went back to this, a year ago. This is about what they were saying was gonna happen, and we still got a little bit to go for it to be past what we were talking about, and you just kind of put everything into perspective of what's going on, all the variables, and you gotta like just believe what that is, and
right.
you can cut back on it with more awareness though. I'm really happy that people are wearing masks, like there's not so much of this happening. It does, but it's not, people are wearing them more so, I see. And I'm glad the former guys also talking about people just getting vaccinated, being safe. Carlos, yeah, like you were saying, exactly. What? Give me 4, 5. I don't care. Whatever it is, let's go. Let's get back, man. Come on. What's the big
Totally.
deal? Like let's go. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
no,
how I
it's
feel. I'm pent up in here. Look at my room, man. It's just all this stuff needs to be played. That needs to be played. This needs to be played. I'm playing them, but they need to play it outside, man.
right. It needs to get some sunlight, get some wear and tear on it.
Yeah, need some wear and tear.
Yeah, no, I think it's been a really great time. I look forward to the upcoming videos that we're going to be recording. I can't wait to see what Ziggy wants to play and what Mike, what Ricky. You know what I mean? Like it's a nice challenge because it has been this time down of not performing, and then like we've been able to use our time pretty wisely as far as a group with the downtime, and so it's been nice um adding this different material and stuff like that, and the challenge of learning more stuff, you know what I mean? So it's cool. I look forward to all that. And then just the locations too, it's been kind of fun because it's spots that we don't normally get out to, and it's kind of like, oh, I didn't know this park was here, this is really cool. And like
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real,
it's
right?
kind of
I'm
like
actually
right, yeah, so it's like
checking out
cool
some
spot that
places.
you'll want to go back to and all that. But it's been just great all around. I think it's been a good use of our time, because of the content too that it is creating for us as a group, and what it's displaying, what it's showing. It's showing our diversity and our uniqueness as a group, and what brings us together basically, because that's what's always been, I think, with the music that's made us as a group, is that everybody has so much of a different background, and it all kind of gets brought to the table and then displayed. And this is really cool because it's displaying each individual person and what they actually bring to the table. So then when you hear us collectively as a whole, as nosotros, it kind of makes sense, because if you watch these videos, you're kind of like, well, yeah, this dude likes this and this person likes this. And, when you throw it all together, this is what you get. So I'm
Right.
looking forward to having it all. I think it's a good,
You get what you get.
yeah, like it's a good for each member in that sense, where we've never really done anything like this, and it's kind of cool. It feels good to have that, where you have an episode of your own. Like if you wanted to show your friends and family, you're like, yeah, this is the
Yeah.
band I play with, and this is me being highlighted and showcased by them and stuff, with some of my favorite music and stuff like that. So
I,
yeah,
I actually been digging the even though it is a lot of production to film it, but I think if we took out like the film, or not the film, but the videotaping of the performance and worrying about the sound, like that would be so easy to go in and do a lot of just set up like that and bam, go, without having to, we've played some pretty big gigs where we have to bring in a lot of stuff, and it's just the nature of the game, which is cool. But this little way is kind of really cool, and I like the way it sounds, Zach. It sounds like, wow, like inspiring when it
right,
feels like that. We don't you don't all of a sudden get a feedback blast in your face. And you're
right.
like, oh man,
Well,
now
I feel too
that whole pitch is gone. That's all gone now.
right.
Like
It,
I
like it
won't I
takes
won't
us
be hearing that frequency all night.
right.
So
You're like, that's kind of true. My tinnitus has been better, like since we haven't been playing out. Like I'm on my hearing. That's one thing we're gonna have to get used to, like playing live if we ever go larger and all that stuff. And at least now we're using the in-ears, where it kills some of that, the dBs and stuff. But it's been where it's
we're
like,
getting
whoa,
smarter as we get older, bro. That's what's going
right.
on.
But
I'm just
yeah,
telling you, it's
like
weird.
the
It's happening to us.
I like the oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. It was
Oh,
kind of
sorry.
piggybacking off of what Randy was what you were just saying.
What, the portability of like our sound now,
Oh
or
yeah,
like
like I
just
like that it's taking us back to the roots, when everybody's like, I like classic nosotros, and that was just like acoustic guitars and stuff like that. It's taking us back to that as well, but it's also evolved. It's not just acoustic guitar like instrumentals and stuff, but it's like the original elements of the cajon and the bass and the guitars and stuff. It's like I dig that we're taking it back to that, but we're doing much more with it than just going back and trying to recreate that sound and stuff. So I dig that too, where it's a smaller thing. Everyone's used to hearing us electrified and on a bigger, and it's more of an organic thing. That's
which we
so
were
it's
doing before everything, no? Like we
right.
were trying to just get like more gigs, and this kind of thing was gonna help open it up for like, all kinds of things to be done. And in a way it kind of prepped us probably for some of this stuff, because it wasn't that hard. We were kind of already doing something like this before. And in a way, it's been a little bit easier with this sort of thing to do that, as opposed to trying to bring in the whole band. I mean, that'd be really kind of, I mean, that'll happen soon, I mean, like Dennis is saying, keeping our fingers crossed, if everything keeps looking good, we'll have a few of these, and then maybe we'll have back to normal again with them. I think a lot of things will be, for us, we'll be okay up here in Santa Fe. But now we've broadened our repertoire, our sound. like we're gonna have like so many things that when we get out there, it's gonna sound like something new, too. So that's fun.
Right. I
Yeah,
like
totally.
the mixing of, we're like, we're saying it kind of takes us back to the roots of the acoustic stuff, but it also is mixing, like having the drum pad and all that kind of stuff, like introducing these new elements with the acoustic and stuff. It's a really nice mix of stuff. And I think too, yeah, what Randy's saying, when we come back, there's gonna be a lot that we'll have, ready for the public coming back, because just what we've been doing, you know what I mean? Like just the experimentation of all that stuff. Like it's nice. I think that's where another thing with these videos have been really great because of that. Like getting out there and putting on our own little shows for the public, basically. Like even though it's not, we're just in a park, but like when people walk by and they stop and they're like, "Oh, who are you guys?" And we're like, "Oh, we're Nosotros." "Oh yeah, I've heard of you guys." And it's like, okay, kind of cool. Like we're out here filming this stuff on our own, and it's kind of good to be like self manageable like that, where we don't need power, and we can go in and still do like
It's
a whole
really
plethora,
cool, man.
right?
No,
And but
yeah.
we still do like a whole plethora of stuff where we're like, yeah, we can pull
I
out a
love
drum
that.
pad,
But
or
we
we
could
can,
bring the electric guitar out on some of
right.
these little.
I
That's
was
kind of like
digging the one with Shane on the
cool.
electric guitar. That one was really cool. And the song that we did with Manny, that one was really like, I like
Yeah.
the vibe of that, just too, because we
Maybe we'll
have,
do some more. We'll do some of that as we get up into there. We can maybe
right.
Dennis one time you can experiment, kind of go farther back. Maybe when it's your turn, maybe that's where we figure out a way to set up though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right, bring some drums.
Maybe I'm being too. Yeah,
Now
you
we can
could.
do it.
All West
I'm
Side
trying
Story.
banjo on mine.
We're just dancing and like, wow, it's like a whole production. Wow, that's crazy.
Right. Well, I
So
think now, because we always kind of push it each time where we've done that, we're like, we're doing the cajon and trying out the pad, and it's like, okay, that works too, and we can keep trying more. Like we can bring the electrics and stuff, and I think it won't. I like that we're not afraid to at least try it, and see if it works or not, and be like, okay, yeah, we
yeah,
could.
and potential gigs out there, check it out because you might dig that it is what we can do for these things. We don't necessarily have to always have this, but we can do a lot of different things with that.
Right.
So
Yeah. Well, the mobility and stuff is really nice of that. I was actually emailed about a gig in October, up in Santa Fe, and they mentioned one of them was being at the Ghost Ranch, and that's so I mentioned that, where I'm like, well, I have
oh, yeah.
battery operated stuff just in case there's no power or whatever,
Right.
so I can still perform if you need the music. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff. I feel us being prepared like that, it's just, it leaves us open for a lot more on all
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? We could, if we want, let's just go do a busk set if we really wanted to too, like,
Yeah.
just being
I
self-contained.
think
and all
that's in
that.
the future.
That's
Might be
basically what we're doing in the park, but we're filming it,
Yeah.
And so I wonder if it'll be easier to just go. Like, we'll probably get hassled and have a hard time if we try to go busk, but if we pull out GoPro cameras, people don't harass you or something. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like you should always pull a camera out, because then people think, they're like, oh, this dude's filming. I'm gonna be in the background of something. They're like, oh yeah, this is a live performance. Gerard Butler's gonna come walking through here in a minute. Like, we're filming a movie, and then so just tell people,
Well,
since they
cool.
are filming a lot here. So, but yeah, but check it out. Friday we have a new episode, and then Sunday we'll be filming 2 more in Albuquerque. So who knows? Maybe we'll drop
tuned.
some clues, and if you can figure it out, maybe you can pop up at a park and watch us. We'll put out. We'll do like a scavenger hunt, and then we'll see if people get it, and then it's like you can figure it out under the low hanging moon.
You have any last words, Dennis, or any more things?
I'm gonna go make mimis. Now during this COVID time, and I've gotten used to going to bed so early. Before I'd be like, 9 hours late. Now I'm like, it's 9:45, man. Oh shoot, I gotta go to bed.
You know what's crazy is it's actually really only 8:49. Like
Alright.
recently, it was only 8:49.
Dude,
I love that
Yeah.
meme. I saw that meme on the internet where it's like the guys from Seinfeld and they're hanging out in the car and they're in the back. It's all dark and one dude asked, "What time is it? Like 9:30?" And or what does he say? He goes, "Oh, he goes, what time is it?" He goes, 9:30. And the other guy goes, "Feels like 8:30." You know, because it's really the same, but it's still dark. You know. Anyway.
Right. No, that's dude, don't even talk about the time change because I'm still like trying to get on schedule of that. That totally messed me up. Like as far as sleeping and
I
all
don't
that
know
stuff.
why. It shouldn't though. It should feel like
I
you're more
know.
awake now.
No, I know the sun was beautiful too. Like the sun tonight, like at 7:30, like or 7 o'clock, it was still like it was a really nice
Yeah.
golden color and stuff, but it was just like for some reason it just throws me off. Like for some reason, like I feel like I've been trying to catch up. So like I'm all but yeah, no, I know by this weekend it'll be all ready to rock. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Just because of the material that we have coming up for Jesse Joaquin Parker's video. It's very he threw some really tough ones in the ring. so I love, but I love that we're able to pull it off and do it together and stuff. So I'm looking forward to
Simón.
it.
Cool, man. Well, check us out, nosotrosmusic.com. Also, if you feel like donating to the cause, PayPal me. And yeah, guys, that was fun.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you
haven't
guys
done
so
this in a
much.
while. It was nice.
Yes. I'll have a lot more things to say next time.
We'll script it out a
I'll
little bit.
plan it. Yeah, but Music in the Park, series episode 6. Gilbert. Song.
On Friday, right? Today's
Tune
Wednesday,
in.
it's St. Patty's Day. I was like,
Tune
what,
in.
I want to say tomorrow, but I'm like, it's not tomorrow. It's
No,
Friday.
it's Friday.
Yeah, we'd probably be at Evangelos. We're Nick's favorite Irish St. Patty's Day band.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Evangelos for St. Patty's Day.
We do a lot of the Dropkick Murphy songs. We're like,
Right.
you know.
I do that Whiskey in the Jarro tune. I do the fucking, but I do the Metallica version. Yeah, so I don't even know. Whack
Or
for
we
my
have that.
daddy oh. There's the
Yeah.
St. Patty's
Whack for
portion
my
of
daddy. Oh.
this
All
is the St. Patty's portion of the show, everybody. There we go. There you go.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
About those
Cool.
Later days.
Have a good night. Let me play us out real quick.
lay my little head to rest.
This is a sweet song to Dennis. He's gonna dream. Well, thank y'all, everybody. Have a good night. I'm doing the old Richard Nixon.
Bye.
Peace out.